We're going live to Ecuador. The candidate Luisa Gonzalez for Citizen Revolution is heading to exercise her right to vote. Let's go see the live images as the candidate goes there.
Well, Ecuador is the most beautiful place in the world. Our people very kind, very hard. It is very hearted with that heart of memory to revive Ecuador. So we stay here with the partners, hugs, affection, and then we will head for Quito. We are very happy. We are very excited about this election. We are very hopeful, and I really appreciate the team that was here with that joy that characterizes us and that hope of reviving Ecuador. So we are going there, and the Ecuadorian people will triumph. So
Seeing the images as the candidate Luisa Gonzalez just gave a brief declarations to the press that gathered here. Luisa Gonzalez came to exercise her right to vote in Sunday's general elections. She was saying that she was happy, very thankful to the team that was there in that polling station where she exercised her right to vote. Also said that she was going to, she's speaking again, let's listen.
the attorney, Luisa Gonzalez.
We are having difficulties. Signal. Well, we were seeing how the candidate exercised her right to vote and was addressing the people gathered. We were seeing also in the images how hundreds of people are gathering there accompanying the candidate as they are expressing their support for the candidate Luisa Gonzalez of the Citizen Revolution to continue to try to bring the country out of the crisis that it's experiencing. The candidate was just saying in the press that gathered here that she, after exercising her right to vote, she will travel to Quito, and in Quito they would await for the results. Let's recall that the polls are expected to close at 5 p.m. local time in Ecuador, and very likely results are going to be later at night. The results are going to be known, although the pollsters are all giving that the final results are not going to be decided today, but in a runoff elections that is expected to be held in April, with the likely candidates that will go to that runoff election being Luisa Gonzalez and Daniel Noboa, the current president. We continue to see the live images from the candidate. Let's see if we can hear her statements. See the images as the candidate continues to walk out of the polling station, into the polling station, as she exercised her right to vote in these general elections that are being held in a context of uncertainty and insecurity. We are seeing how the candidate just is entering the polling station here and is getting ready to exercise her right to vote in these paramount general elections for the nation of Ecuador as it decides the future for the next 4 years. The government that is elected today or in the runoff election in April will be in charge of bringing the country out of the different crises that it's experiencing until the year 2029. We saw Luisa Gonzalez went through a table, identified herself. She was given the ballot, and now she's exercising her vote behind the booth, which is of course secret. The vote is secret. She's there filling up the ballot, exercising her right to vote in these paramount general elections this Sunday. As we were saying, these are elections that come in a context of insecurity, as according to official records, January was registered as the most violent month, in the most insecure month in countries in the world, with over 750 homicides, which made the country one of the most insecure around the world. All that only in January, with the increase of gang activities and criminal groups. And there we go. Luisa Gonzalez, the candidate, is putting her different ballots on the voting box. Now she's saying some statement. Let's see if we can listen.
So millions of Ecuadorians require change, and we will go for it.
Ecuadorians require change, and that's what she's calling on Ecuadorians to vote this day, to vote for a change, to not repeat the same mistakes as in the past, and to not continue going on the policies, neoliberal policies implemented by then Guillermo Lasso, and the current president that came in in those early elections after Lasso was removed from office, of Daniel Noboa. Let's listen.
Attorney, there are international observers. What would you say about? Well, they know the irregularities that they are being committed. The same fact that even the president candidate has not even asked for a leave, so he has violated the constitution, and so we must save. So the head of Daniel Noboa's campaign has allowed these irregularities, and so we are very we will be on guarded on our triumph. So the Ecuadorian, well, they are desperate because they know the figures, and so I am very determined that my homeland will succeed. So I am going to Quito, and there we will receive results. For my homeland, for you. So we are seeing live images, and
So we were seeing as the candidate for Citizen Revolution, Luisa Gonzalez, exercised her right to vote. She said that now she's going to travel to Quito, and in Quito is where they're going to be waiting for the results at the end of the day. The polls are going to be closing at 5 p.m. local time. They might be extended or not. That depends on how the situation is at the lines at that time, but officially they are supposed to close at 5 p.m. and the results will be known later in the afternoon going into the night. The candidate also just made a brief reference to the unconstitutional actions that the current president candidate Daniel Noboa did, as he did not relinquish the presidency during the electoral campaign, something that is mandated by the Constitution. She denounced all these different unconstitutional acts that were carried out by the current government of Daniel Noboa, and who is also one of the leading candidates. Luisa Gonzalez and Daniel Noboa are both the leading candidates in these elections, which are very likely, since polls don't give either of them with a 50% lead. It's very likely that in April they will have a runoff election between Luisa Gonzalez and Daniel Noboa. So we were watching the live images from Ecuador as the candidate for the Citizen Revolution, Luisa Gonzalez, exercised her right to vote. We're going to stay up to date on everything that is happening in Ecuador. I'm going to bring you as soon as possible all the information coming from Ecuador on this paramount day, where Ecuadorians, over 13.7 million Ecuadorians, go to the polls to decide on the future that they want for the country. Stay tuned with teleSUR English.
En todos los lugares donde ha tenido injerencia la USAID ha habido procesos de desestabilización y de lo que se llama neogolpismo. Un golpe de Estado que además se busca maquillar con cierto viso de legalidad y cierto viso de legitimidad, al menos de un sector de la población, lo